Harvey Milk quote follows, and he said this during his first campaign for public office in 1973 when everyone was saying, it's too soon, you have to quiet down and back down. And he said to them, there are people who are satisfied with crumbs because that is all they think they can get. When in reality, if they demand the real thing, they will find that indeed they can get it. There is no question that we are at a critical moment in the gay and lesbian movement. And transgender. Thank you. There is no question that we are at a critical moment in the gay and lesbian movement. The question is now, what will we do with this moment? And I say this, it has been 30 years since Harvey Milk gave his life in our struggle for equality, and we will not wait 30 years more. It is time for us to stop asking for crumbs and to demand the real thing. It is time for the LGBT movement to follow in the footsteps of every successful civil rights movement in this great country's history. And finally, at last, name our dream. And for me, that dream of full equality sounds like this. We, the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender people of America, demand that the promise of our Constitution and the Declaration of Independence be honored. We demand that the federal government act immediately, decisively, and unequivocally to ensure equal protection under the law for LGBT people throughout the United States of America. Full and equal federal rights. That is our promised land. And the California Supreme Court's decision upholding Proposition 8 confirms that the time to challenge discriminatory marriage laws on federal constitutional grounds is now. The time for change, the time for this federal challenge has come, and we can win, and we will win. But let me be clear. Our state-by-state work must continue. It must be redoubled in every state capital, in every city hall, and in every ballot across this country if we are to win our dream of full federal equality. We must fire up the outreach and education campaign in a way that hasn't been seen since Harvey Milk's day. In every federal district in this nation, we must introduce ourselves and once and for all dispel the myths and lies and distortions that have plagued this country and plagued our people for generations. But always looking to the example set by the Civil Rights Act of 1964 that showed us loud and clear that full and equal civil rights can only come from the federal government. And to those who say wait, I say gay and lesbian people across this country should not be forced to wait to be treated equally under the Constitution while our lives are going by. Because as Dr. Martin Luther King said so eloquently from his jail cell in Birmingham, he wrote, "For years now I have heard the word wait, and this wait has almost always meant never. Now is the time. Now is the time for us to demand that our dream be realized. We are on the side of truth, and truth always finds the light. Now is the time because it is our obligation to send a message to the LGBT children in this country and in this world tonight that life is worth living. That we are fighting for their full equality from sea to sea, not partial equality in one area over another area, not equality in some distant future. I know the road will be rough and the challenges are great. But naming this dream today is so very important because it may sound like politics and policy. It may sound like strategy and hard work to so many of us. But to the kids out there tonight who are afraid, it sounds a whole lot more like this. You are not less than. You have brothers and sisters, gay and straight, black and white, thousands of us. And your struggle is our struggle, and your fight is our fight. And most importantly, you are loved, and there is hope for a better tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you for having me.